Now we are live. Hey, welcome everybody.
How you doing? People watching and rewatching, how's everything going? I know we missed one day, but work was long. Let's just say that much. Didn't get home until much later. Just give it a moment for it to catch up. Let me just see. One moment. Cool. So, anywho, we're going to talk about the Bud Light controversy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why not? Apparently, at first, realistically, I was just sitting there and I was like, wow, it's just kind of silly everyone's getting, making this big issue about it. Like this damn people is talking about like not buying the brand. And it's not my first time seeing outrage marketing really.
Yeah.
So I was just sitting there and I was just watching, and then Tony shows me a tweet about an old tweet about that. Who was that? Senator, was it?
Oh, the senator. Which one? Which one?
The lady on TikTok you showed me.
Oh, Marjorie Taylor Greene, the douchebag. Yeah. She crossed some lines.
What did she say?
So basically, to start it off, everybody knows the controversy with Bud Light and them promoting a TikTok star, Dylan, who is transitioning, and Dylan was doing her, full year round, how many days being a girl, basically logging her, transition, which I think is great. I mean, do it. You know what I mean? And there was one, time, Dylan drinks a lot of Bud Light. And Bud Light was like, we see you. So let's work together. Do you get what I'm saying?
I mean, she had 10 million followers and also went to the White House, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, exactly. We're not talking about just some random trans person here. We're talking about somebody who's educated, who, goes out there, an activist, somebody,
Yeah.
She seems like a really nice person, but yet,
Yeah, and she had about 10 million on TikTok. So basically, they sent her they probably paid her. They probably told her what to say. They sent her a custom can. She did her advertisement, which was basically very generic, celebrating my womanhood, 1 year of womanhood, with March Madness with this beer. It didn't really have any political message in it, and she showed like a custom beer with her face on it.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So I guess Tony can play the video and then we'll continue on. And we'll continue.
So here's a little short clip from ABC 7 Chicago News, and this is their little recap of things.
Let me tell you a story about a beer rooted in the heart of America.
This morning, it's the new Budweiser ad campaign that Anheuser-Busch hopes will help the company ride out a boycott. It features the nostalgia of an iconic Clydesdale galloping through all-American landscapes with men grabbing a couple of cold ones together.
This is a story bigger than beer.
The ad coming 2 weeks after Bud Light's partnership with transgender influencer Dylan Mulvaney.
This month, I celebrated my day 365 of womanhood, and Bud Light sent me possibly the best gift ever, a can with my face on it.
Mulvaney's post drew the ire of some Bud Light enthusiasts, including celebrities like Kid Rock, who played target practice with the beer. What the new ad campaign doesn't offer is an explanation for Bud Light breaking away from its traditional male-oriented advertising in favor of a trans actress with 10 million followers on TikTok. Anheuser-Busch CEO Brendan Whitworth saying, "We never intended to be part of a discussion that divides people. We're in the business of bringing people together over beer."
I'm not, though, for destroying an American and iconic company for something like this.
Donald Trump Jr., speaking out on his podcast, defended Anheuser-Busch, praising the company for donating to many Republicans.
Frankly, they don't participate in the same woke garbage that other people in the beer industry actually do, who are significantly worse offenders.
Okay, I guess you could stop it. All right.
Now, which is weird because a lot of companies, do the whole,
pride thing. Yeah, pretty much.
A lot.
So that happens. People are boycotting. People are spreading misinformation. One is that they're down by 50% of their profits. That the the market cap has dropped. Let me see. I've had Bush. Let me see. Let me just see what's the stock now. Stock.
Oh, do you want me to get the stock video up?
No, well, we'll do that. But like the stock has dropped. They're like, oh my God, the stock is down. It's down by, so and so percent. The thing is, people don't quite understand that the stocks go up and down.
Yeah.
And just because it drops in the market cap doesn't mean that that they lose money.
Yeah.
Another thing is that people fail to realize is that this could be two things that happen. One, just like Joe Rogan has said, where basically they saw a lady, like, you had an enthusiastic person working at Budweiser that saw someone that had 10 million followers on TikTok and said, well, you know what, this would be great to expand the audience for Bud Light, and they basically just gave her an advertisement and didn't think anything of it. And then basically people overreacted and it was just all this big accident. Or two, it's outrage marketing. So that's pretty much two things that could have happened. So you want to play the next video? We'll play this one. And this explains why. And then it kind of puts into perspective that little commercial that they created to kind of bring back America. And it really goes into an interesting concept. And we'll discuss it after this video. We'll stop in between, obviously.
Yeah.
We'll stop. You'll go.
Hey, Grandma. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Jasmina.
And you have
y'all are
this,
doing well.
TikTok?
I do. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, drop that. Oh, actually, I have it. I can grab it and just drop it. So people can maybe, I don't know what tech people do on TikTok, but, maybe if you want to follow this person, who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe. But here's a TikTok. We'll watch this video and we'll see backfire or outrage marketing. Either or. We're going to see which one is, and we're going to try to kind of think about this instead of doing the usual, how everyone else is doing. So let's just continue.
This video is from Marketing in Miami on TikTok, so credit does go to her. These are her opinions through her experience with marketing.
What's happening with Bud Light right now is exactly what they planned. I'm Jess, I'm a marketer, and let me break it down for you. You guys all know what's going on with the Dylan Mulvaney controversy. Everyone is going crazy. There's all these reports that Anheuser-Busch or Bud Light or Budweiser are losing billions of dollars, and there's just this big backlash, and everyone is ready to see them file for bankruptcy, and none of that could be further from the truth. Having worked with brands that have the same portfolio and titles as Anheuser-Busch, I can guarantee you that before they even rolled out this campaign, they spent a good chunk of money bringing in marketing and advertising experts, and they spent a lot of money on risk analysis. I'll tell you exactly how I know this. Remember that Budweiser commercial that they recently released that was all about America, a very pro-America ad, and everyone speculated, oh, they're trying to backtrack and backpedal because of the Dylan Mulvaney controversy. But a few key points about that commercial were missed. For starters, that commercial was released about 10 days after the campaign with Dylan Mulvaney launched. On average, it takes about 3 to 4 weeks if you're hustling to make a commercial that is ready to air, which means they already had that in the can. No pun intended. But bigger than that, it wasn't a Bud Light commercial. It was a Budweiser commercial, which tells me something pretty key is happening, and they're doing a very intentional rebrand. They are positioning Bud Light towards the exact audience that is embracing the Dylan controversy, and they're gearing Budweiser towards the audience that is against the Dylan controversy. And for those of you who are saying, well, I don't care, it doesn't matter, Bud is Bud, let me give you some facts. Number one, consumers, as I've said before, rarely stick with boycotts. The human nature is just we are creatures of habit. Add on top of that the fact that big brands like Anheuser-Busch have multiple titles in their lineup. Fact of the matter is that their campaign with Dylan Mulvaney is far from the first time that they have included the LGBT.
Now, what you might not know is that they own a lot of fucking beers.
Oh,
brands.
yeah, they do.
Let me just pull it up. All right. They own, you have the AB InBev brands, and they own Global. Budweiser, Bud Dry, Bud Extra, Bud Lime, Budweiser Black Crown, Bud Light Chelanda, Bud Light Lime, Busch Light, Corona, Corona Extra, Corona Latte, Estrella. I would say they own about, by looking at this list on Wikipedia, looks like over 100 brands. And they basically have like, what is the market? They have about 30, AB InBev currently controls 30% of the total market shares of beer, having brewed 582 million HL in 2021. This is significantly larger than the nearest competitor, Heineken, which only enjoys 11% global. So they own a huge number of brands. So basically, this whole idea that they are going bankrupt because of this marketing, because Bud Light is stupid, is pretty stupid, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to butt in real quick and just tell people this. During this time of year, before Pride and during Pride, a lot of companies literally rainbow wash everything. You got Target, you got, beer, any type of alcohol, Absolute. All these companies do that. And it's kind of like a running inside joke in the community. We're like, yep, Target's doing this, but it's going to be 50% off at the end of June anyways. They just do it. Like, do they support us? Probably not. Bud Light probably is just jumping on the bandwagon. If they support, as what Mr. Donald Trump Jr. said, if they're, giving money to all these Republicans who are now making the laws, over 465 and counting laws against the trans and LGBTQ plus community, then obviously they don't support us. They're just doing this for branding. And we as gay people know this, and it's like a running joke. Like, even Family Dollar has like pride shit out right now.
And think about this, like they get like free advertisement. Think about like how much money advertisement this is. This is like, you're talking about tens of millions of dollars in free advertisement. And you might think, oh, it's terrible advertisement. But you have celebrities that, like these celebrities who are advertising Bud Light, and unknowingly later on you're going to find out in this video, are actually probably not realizing that they're selling other brands, thinking that they're competitors, but they're not. I mean, it's amazing what people don't realize. For instance, I remember I watched a documentary and it talked about how if you go into the supermarket, most of your food is owned by just a very few brands. There's no multiple brand, like multiple actual companies that own all the food. It's just a few brands.
Like Kraft and shit.
Yeah, and they pretend to have competition with each other so that they can make an artificial market of capitalism, but it's actually not there's no competition in the market in the food industry. And the same goes with the beer. When 30% of the market in the global market is run by one company, that's pretty huge. That's like 1/3 the world.
Yeah, Corona. Yeah, I found that out too because I was talking to Tim before the live, and I was like, I'm more of a Corona person.
You know what? Just to show you, like, here, just so you have an idea. You then here. Can you just share this screen? Like, go back to this. Can you go back to that TikTok, or you can't go back to that like spot when you do this?
Hold on. Let me see. I can go back to that spot. Just remember 2 minutes and 9 seconds.
I'll write it down here. Just do the Wikipedia and show them how many brands they own.
I'm getting it up now. It's just gonna take a second.
And just scroll down.
This is how many brands they own globally: Budweiser, Bud Dry, Bud Extra, Bud Lime, Budweiser Black Crown.
We'll be here all day reading it. Just scroll down.
And this is in Europe. This is just in Europe. I don't want to fuck around with people in Europe. They will fuck me up.
Then you go to Asia.
And then you go to Americas, mind you. Most people think America's just in the middle. There is others. Africa. Service and products. Yeah. That's all of it. That's literally fucking all of it.
I mean, like, and then if you go to brands, if you go to like the usual, like, let me see, High Reserve Bush. They own Anguilla, Beck's, Brahma, Budweiser. Let me see. There's Budweiser, Case, Castle. They own Corona Extra. Like we already went through the Coronas. They own Harbin. They own that. They own some German thing. Hugen, Hogarden, Jupeller. I mean, you get the point.
They own Foster's, Australian for beer, and Australians fucking hate that too. They're like, that's not.
Like, so you can go back to the video. So this gives you a general idea that
what's happening with Bud Light right
yeah, 209. I think you can go up there. So
okay,
so we'll play it just to give you an idea why it's like, you know, you're not really getting the whole story.
All right, pressing play now.
LGBTQ community in one of the titles, and they are banking on the fact that, as mad as some people are about the Bud Light, they're still going to drink all their other titles because they either are not going to notice that they're Anheuser-Busch, or, like I said, they're going to go back to being creatures of habit and drinking their beer of choice. And to show you exact proof of that, do you remember the big performative thing that Kid Rock did where he shot up a bunch of Bud Light cans, said he was going to pull Bud Light from all of his restaurants? He did. But he's still serving Budweiser and all of the other Anheuser-Busch titles.
Such an idiot.
John Rich, who also postured all big about pulling the Bud Light from his restaurants, not only did he pull Bud Light from his restaurants, but he made a giant American flag. The Bud Light cans he still had were covered with stars to make up the stars of the flag. We are American here. We are not having Bud Light in my restaurants. We are covering them with Americana. But let's look closer at what that flag actually had. Oh, look at that. Uncovered Budweiser cans. As for Anheuser-Busch losing $5 billion in their stock, like I've said before, they're a $130 billion company. $5 billion is a drop in the bucket. But not only that, and probably bigger than that, which is something that a lot of people who are quoting and saying, oh, they're losing money, they lost $5 billion, and don't understand a lot about the stock market. Anheuser-Busch's stock valuation has been going up and down by several billion for a while now. So, and truly, we can't attribute it to Dylan's campaign, nor can we say it wasn't. It's actually too soon to tell either way. But at the end of the day, Anheuser-Busch did not become a multi-billion-dollar company without knowing exactly what they're doing. And I can almost guarantee you these billboards that were released today, whether they're actually up or not, were seeded on social media by Anheuser-Busch. Marketing and advertising does this stuff all the time. The memes and such that you think are viral that just happen to go viral on social media were absolutely planned by some of the best marketing and advertising brains in the world. Which is exactly why the statement that the CEO released about the Bud controversy was completely bland and didn't really say anything at all. He's not backpedaling. He's not doubling down. They just knew he had to release something, but they're still in the middle of this campaign. It is far from over, and I guarantee you what is happening is exactly what they planned. You have to remember that marketing and advertising strategies are not just about planning for successes. It's also for purposely torpedoing things that you want to pivot. And so you plan for failure. It is part of your strategy. At the end of the day, Anheuser-Busch is doing what they do best, and that's evolving with the times so that they stay a relevant beer distributor. They see the writing on the wall, and as much as people say they don't know their demographic, to the contrary, they know their demographic very well, and they know that the older demographic is mainly drinking Budweiser, and it's the younger consumers who are consuming Bud Light. Therefore, if they want to stay relevant to new generations, as the generations grow up, they understand that they need to start being more progressive for Bud Light specifically, which is why we're going to see Budweiser stay exactly where it is when it comes to pro-Americana messaging. Because whether this billboard is up or not, or it was seeded by them as a funny meme, they're using the exact language of the demographic they're chasing. So yes, I think exactly what is happening with Bud Light is what they planned all along. And Budweiser is going nowhere, and Bud Light is going to start to be marketed towards the younger generation and the generation that is pro-Dylan.
I mean, she's not wrong.
What an amazing video, by the
way. Do you remember a couple of years ago during the pandemic when everybody was boycotting Netflix?
Yeah,
because of cuties.
Yeah.
Because of cuties. Y'all watched the last season of Stranger Things. Don't fucking lie to me. You guys did not leave Netflix. I knew for damn sure. I don't pay for my Netflix. Reaper does. We share an account. So I didn't feel no type of guilt. I was
not anymore. They're gonna stop that.
Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I don't fucking
already
know.
canceled mine. I was like, fuck this. I don't give a fuck.
I'll wait and see. But for the time being, none of y'all canceled your Netflix. You maybe did for a month, but you put that shit back on when Stranger Things came out, didn't you? Or Squid Games.
And they actually exploited children.
Oh my god, I didn't even watch that fucking movie. Like, I saw the poster for it and I went, really? And do you know what happened? They spent so much money on damage control for that fucking movie because of people going, this is kids dancing sexually for adults, that they didn't have enough money to make the Dark Crystal season 2. That's kind of shit, don't you think?
So Dark Crystal season 2 died for cuties, man. That's
it did, and it sucks too because the Dark Crystal is actually really good.
Fuck. Hi, Ellie. How you doing?
Hey,
Zen?
welcome.
How you doing? Zen, Ellie, Jasmina, D. How you doing? But yeah, Corona is owned by Bud.
Yeah.
But like that's a very interesting. It kind of, you know what's amazing is I honestly think a lot of times, like when you see like Tucker Carlson, I don't think Tucker Carlson is a dummy. I think he's a pretty smart guy, and I think he realizes like outrage marketing, but he purposely acts like go woke, go broke, and he just plays into the like the demographic, like the whole, you know,
I don't
the
understand.
culture wars and all that, because I think he's smart. Like I really do think a lot of these people, like in MSNBC and Fox and all these people, really know about outrage marketing and know that people are just being manipulated by corporations to be outraged and to boycott and buy beer to purposely throw away, which is horribly wasteful, by the way, the dumbest thing you could do. And they just absolutely know this, and they just sit by and just play the game because they know they're going to get a lot of money and advertisements and everything like that.
Didn't Fox News just have to pay a settlement for $7 million or something like that?
Well, if it's $7 million, it's nothing.
Oh yeah, that's nothing.
That's like literally
pocket change,
an hour worth of work.
Yeah.
Is it bad? I don't know what Cuties is. You are lucky you don't know what Cuties is.
Yeah.
Don't look that up.
Don't look it up. I mean, it's still on fucking Netflix, and it's just horrible. It's just a bunch of kids who wear kids, mind you. The actors are kids, not like it's Glee and they're 25-year-olds playing 18-year-olds or 16-year-olds.
They thought it was a bright idea, the director, to show child exploitation, sexualization of children on social media by actually having children in her movie dancing sexually in provocative ways, and thought that was a brilliant idea. It was not a brilliant idea. It was child exploitation, and it was disgusting. Everyone who I didn't watch the movie. I just seen like fucking on when people were talking about it. I felt like if you watch that movie, you're going to be on a list, to be honest with you, because
it's creepy.
It's very creepy.
I haven't watched the movie, but I just like you on YouTube when they're talking about, they show clips, and I was just like, what? This is no, but we all still have Netflix, right?
Yeah,
we were mad for a little bit, but not enough. But that's what it is. But I wish people would understand during this time of year, before Pride, the ads start coming in, the rainbow wash comes in, and all this other stuff. Companies want to get, which is good. Whatever, do your thing. We need representation. I get it, but at the end of June, you're not going to see that no more, are you?
Yeah. Another thing.
Yeah, it's about 11-year-old girl. Yeah.
Yeah, they had 11-year-old children dancing sexually.
Creepy.
They didn't even bother getting adults in cuties, like actual adults, like normal people would do, so you don't exploit children.
You could have the same story by using 18-year-olds.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't do that. That was just weird. But anyway, a good example of outrage marketing is the Burger King tweet. Remember that in 2021?
Yeah.
Where Burger King's like, women belong in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And basically, People were outraged and angry, and they didn't like it. And guess what? Stock didn't drop. The company didn't go bankrupt, and it got millions and millions of dollars in advertisement. And I believe what Burger King's company is like, because Burger King is owned by, what's Burger King stock? Let me see. No, Restaurant Brands International is what owns Burger King, and Burger King is owned by, let's see, Restaurant Brands International Inc., which is brands. Let's see. Tim Horton owns it. Popeyes they own. They own Firehouse Subs. They own a couple. Let me see. Yeah, they own Firehouse Subs, Popeyes, Tim Horton Brands, and Burger King. So it's like, you do this with this one brand. They get free advertising. People feel outraged. They go to your other restaurants, not realizing, you're being manipulated. And then people forget because no one usually cares. People get into this big debate and hop hard, make their videos and, act like, oh my God, the culture wars and stuff like that. And we all get manipulated to become, and
I don't
and the
understand
corporations
it,
make
though.
money.
I don't get it though. Why are people mad because, oh my God, trans people drink beer? Like so I grew up my whole fucking life without any gay representation whatsoever ever besides Rocky Horror Picture Show, and I'm still queer as a $3 bill.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't understand it. I don't get it.
Well,
no representation whatsoever. And here I am. Ta-da!
I mean, if you analyzed the commercial, like I can understand, like I would be annoyed if it was like a preachy commercial where it was like it was like preaching to you to like do like, oh well, her values or something like that, or something preachy. But it was a very generic. I'm happy. I'm celebrating with a Bud Light. Look, they gave me a cool can with my face on it.
Mind you, she's the only one who has that can.
Yeah, it's not being sold in the stores. And you got videos talking about the culture wars and
it's so stupid.
going woke, going broke, and it's the same ludicrous thing that happens to the left as well, where they get mad at the right for something, and then they want to boycott the business, and they don't realize that the real winners is the people making the videos and the news stations and the company that did the outrage marketing, because they secretly own other brands that you're buying, thinking you're defying the brand. You're really sticking it to them when you're buying their competitor, and when you realize that you're actually buying their brands, but you just don't know that they own it.
But in their new commercial that they put out, wasn't that two gay guys on the porch sharing a beer?
Maybe. I don't know. I gotta
exactly. We don't fucking know. Like, my little queer head went to, oh, look, a nice gay couple. I mean, what's so wrong about seeing representation? I don't fucking get it. It's a fucking horse, Linda. Calm the fuck down. It's beer. Who drinks it? Who drinks Bud Light? It's a shit beer to begin with.
Well, I think that lady had it right, where she was basically saying it's like, they want to market Bud Light as this thing for younger people and Budweiser for older people. And they know the demographics. If you really don't think that a large sum of their money is not spent to study you, to go to your local social media like Facebook and all that stuff, to buy what you look at, buy all your analytic data, and then compile it, you're out of your mind. Yeah, that's what Facebook does. It sells all your analytical data. What do you think advertisers do? They buy your analytical data and they figure out what makes you pissed off and what makes you happy, and then they do it. It's kind of fucking Orwellian type of shit, man. It's kind of crazy, to be honest with you. My friend drank that in high school. Yeah.
I think everything just hit, like the commercial hit at a moment in time in our history where there's so many bills being placed and laws being passed for gender affirming care, even for adults. Like, it's this very sensitive topic right now. And we're kind of sitting back going, God damn it, just let her have the fucking beer.
You also blow it up to make it look like this bigger problem than it is. And I didn't realize it. Like, what is it, 1% or something like that in the United States who are trans or something like that?
Yeah, and you know what? Sadly, it keeps lowering because of suicide and because of hate crimes. So, yeah,
Yeah, but like they make it sound like it's just this gigantic thing. They're trying to take over your life. And it's really just like the media just want to make like just to make money from getting you pissed off about something that's really not the biggest deal in the world. And I get like people don't want their rights to be superseded over and people don't like to be forced to do things and stuff like that. I get it. But it's like, it just when you start looking at marketing a little bit, you realize that a lot of things around you is there to manipulate your brain, to manipulate how you feel and how you act and what you buy. And you kind of see to yourself, damn, it's like it's kind of crazy. Where there's so much money being bought and so much advertisement being bought to really make you think these ways, to really fuck with your head.
It's just scary because the trans community wants to try to normalize it. They want to. When I say this, I mean they want to normalize. People are trans. Fucking get over it, because it's not normal. It's not normalized. And guess what, honey? We drink beer too. Like I don't fucking get. We also eat McDonald's too. What are you gonna do? Not go to McDonald's? We love Taco Bell. Like, what are you gonna do? We wear pants too. What are you gonna stop wearing pants? Like, shut the fuck up. We're normal. There's nothing wrong with us.
I mean, like, I think the problem is that people looked at the commercial and they immediately, if you just, let's say you just made Dylan, and that's the name of the person, Dylan.
Dylan, yes.
Let's say you just made that into an actual, just like a woman, just like a biological woman, just like that. Would you be offended? No. Why are you offended? Because it's a trans person.
Exactly.
There was nothing in the messaging that suggested that you should change your mindset, or it was advertising like a leftist agenda. It was simply the person you just didn't like in the commercial. And I think the marketing team knew that, and they basically knew that this might blow up, and they're laughing to the bank. They're laughing because the stock will go back up, no doubt about it. They will probably go higher. Who knows? They'll get extra sales from their other brands. And basically, they branded their Budweiser White Light for the younger generation, and Bud Light for the younger generation, Budweiser for the older generation. Another thing I like to read is what is it? The outrage, I think, was the outrage here.
It's so stupid. It's just it was just perfect timing of it all, and the pressure's already on with a lot of people. There's people fleeing Florida and Missouri and moving to like Boston and Connecticut and it's really, I was telling Tim the other day that if you are part of the community, you join groups and stuff on Facebook or TikTok, and there's literally like a list of states that we should avoid. Like this, like one of the states was like, if you are transgender, you should not go to Florida. Why should I, in my own country, which my grandfather fought for, my brothers fought for, why am I should be scared to go to Florida? But yet here we are. You know what I mean? It's weird.
I mean, you want to play that Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh, the Marjorie Taylor Greene. Let me get that one going.
When was that? When did she say that about this person?
After the controversy, like literally the
this was recent.
Yes. Hold on, let me get it. David.
I thought that would be like when she went to the White House. She actually said that recently.
Hold on, we're gonna find out in a second. Please bear with me.
No problem. Hey, what's up, Dan?
This was posted 2 days ago, but I don't know when this was posted, like when she did this. She's not in the White House in this video. She is, though.
No, I'm saying
that one of the biggest.
There we go.
When did she post this video? Like, what year did she post that video? This TikTok.
She's talking about Dylan in this video,
but like,
so
Dylan
therefore,
was
Dylan only became famous. Dylan only became really famous in the past year.
Okay, let's say this video. I'm not sure, but like, was it like for this? Was this regarding the Bud Light commercial, or it's regarding the Bud Light commercial? Oh my god!
That's the only reason. I 110%. This is because of the whole Bud Light thing. Marjorie Taylor Greene likes to jump on the current. Do you get what I'm saying?
So what is? Let me just so we know. So Marjorie Taylor Greene is in the Congress. She is a sitting Republican, Georgia District 14. So she's a member of the Congress. All right.
Sadly.
Okay. So I just want to get you an understanding. Marjorie
Mhm.
Taylor Greene, Georgia District 14, 117th, 118th. She's a member of the Congress, and she decides to say defamation at this point. So let's listen to her.
Okay, 1 second. Hey, Pecan. Hey, Zen. Anybody I miss? Hey. Yeah, this is from David Wants to Shut Up. So credit goes to him for this amazing clip and pressing play.
I'd like to bring up one of the biggest pedophiles in America today. His name is Dylan Mulvaney, and I won't be referring to him as a she or her.
Well, that clip right there is
You
a
can stop it
blast from the
there.
past from Marjorie Taylor Greene.
And it's a U.S. House Representative from Georgia 14th District. I just want to make sure I wasn't sure. You can continue playing it. I just want to check. You continue. I just want to play that.
Calling
Correct.
Dylan Mulvaney a pedophile. But here's what we need to do. Everyone tag Dylan Mulvaney in the comments. Let her know. She may already know, but let's make sure she knows there's a clip of someone calling her a pedophile with no basis of proof. I think that could result in a lawsuit. That's right. And that's the only way to hit these Republican scumbags where it matters, in their pocketbook.
Yeah.
Dylan Mulvaney, sue Marjorie Taylor Greene. It's right there.
You can stop
Also,
it.
does anyone
I
don't really-
agree with him.
Yeah, I don't agree with the whole calling people Republican scumbags. But anywho,
If you're like Marjorie Taylor Greene, then yes.
yeah, you are a scumbag if you're a Marjorie Taylor Greene, because she was with if you don't know, she also hung out with Nick Fuentes. And if you ever Googled Nick Fuentes,
Oh, she likes to deny that though.
yeah, but she gave him a hug.
Yeah.
And she went to his special speech. And Nicholas Fuentes is a guy who said, let's have an Aryan victory, and believes in some very, very, and actually likes Hitler a lot.
A lot. Like more than Kanye.
And I am not making this up. You can Google it. Now, Google Nick Fuentes.
Or you can watch one of our videos from the past, which we did a whole video on Nick.
Now,
yeah.
Like, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and this is the thing I get like very annoyed with. It's like, okay, you could disagree with the commercial and you can just disagree with Bud Light and just not buy. But why do we have to call people pedophiles because we just don't like them?
It's well, in Marjorie's head, and this has been said before, in her head, which is very small, she thinks anybody who is transitioning, transgender, and going through the process is a pedo. And I think it's fucking horrible. This is what she thinks of people like me, and I'm kind of sitting back going, oh, well, no wonder people want to kill people like me.
Yeah, I mean, like, listen, you could disagree with the commercial and be like, hey, I don't like Bud Light. I'm not going to buy the brand. Okay, what's it? Fine, whatever. It's your money. You can buy, drink whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
But like to villainize someone, to basically call them because you just don't like them. And I looked up Dylan just in case. I was just Googling Dylan to see like why would she call Dylan a like that vile term? Like, in my opinion, if you are a pedophile, you deserve death. Like that's just like, I believe death sentences should be, and that's a very spicy opinion. I'm sure some people might say, but like you say something like that, you're basically, in my mind, you're like saying let that person should go into a volcano. So I'm like, did this person have some sort of past where she says this defamation? No, it's just because they don't like him, don't like her. I just don't get it. I really don't understand it.
Her logic with the whole entire thing is because of the whole bathroom thing. The whole bathroom,
Hi,
you know. Hey, Sleuth Mom, I should not, I'm going to speak for me, not everybody else, but I should not be allowed in the men's room. I need to go into the guys' room. And it's kind of weird because if you guys see my picture, you know, I always put my picture out there. Do you really want me in the ladies' room? Like, do you want, I have a fucking beard. I'm a guy. Is that what you fucking want?
Well, I mean, it depends. I mean, like, it's like a situation where instead of having a genuine conversation and trying to discuss things, people just immediately try to go into these arguments and and stuff like that. It's like they turn a simple commercial where a person is on there just advertising, celebrating a beer to this giant controversy, and you realize that the whole thing is being just done by corporations so they can make money. And then you got some useful idiots like Marjorie Taylor Greene or whatever, who basically say defamation on someone, defames this person, calls them possibly the worst possible thing. You got these news medias from the left and right arguing, saying, "Oh, it's a good thing. Oh, they're going to go broke." And you sit there, it's like, it really is a mess. And my only advice to you is, really, just to my point of view, try not to be manipulated by these people, because there's something called outrage marketing. There's these people, it's just how it is, man.
Oh, thank you, Grandma. Grandma gave me my ego boost for today. And Tim is very handsome, more handsome than me. I will say that.
Yeah, I try not to show.
You're a handsome white boy.
Yeah, I don't show any photos. I showed him one photo and deleted it immediately.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it.
He's like, here's a photo, show it. And I go, oh, you're cute. And then it's gone. And I was just like, okay, well, I've known this, but this is the thing too. I've known this man for over 10 years. Okay. I have never once asked for a photo, never once, there was this running joke when I was like, you know what? I always thought Tim to be this old 60, 70-year-old man that lived somewhere in the Bronx or something. In a library, like the old guy in the Never Ending Story, and he just lived there with a book because he's so smart. Do you get what I'm saying? And I never really that was the image in my head. Then he showed me a picture, and I was like, well, now it's gone.
Oh,
Grandma shoot. But no, he's very handsome. Well, it's nice to put a face. Well, yeah, it is. But I respect privacy. I do respect. It's one of those cheap shots, when there's people that hate you and they're like, well, you need to show your face. And
I get that almost every day. They're like, show your face. I'm like, so you can swap me and dox me and try to get out my job? Like, you don't need to see my face. First off, I don't really care. You can just debate me on my ideas and that's it. You don't need to see my face.
Yeah.
Maybe just ridiculous arguments, but sure.
But this whole going back to the Bud thing, this whole entire thing, it's not just a commercial. The commercial was kind of like
it was generic. It was such a generic commercial.
Well, not the commercial. I mean, like the whole Dylan thing. Like this is stemming from other issues that are coming out. It's a very sensitive time right now for the community. And this just happens. And I think the community at this point is so defensive because of all the laws being put into place that, yes, we're going to fight over a fucking can of beer. Yes, damn fucking right we are. Because trans people drink beer too. What are you, an idiot? We drink water as well. What are you going to stop? Like, I don't get it. We're normal people. We go to school. A lot of us go to church, believe it or not. We have families, we have kids, or there's some of us old timers that have grandkids. We are normal fucking people. So what if we want some representation when it comes to commercials, movies, video games, or even cartoons? Why not? Why fucking not? It's when you start hiding those things from people and kids as well, you're teaching kids that it's wrong. Because kids only hide things from their parents when they know it's wrong. And being transgender, being gay, and being a lesbian, pansexual, whatever you identify as, is not wrong. So stop making these people hide it. Stop putting us back in the closet. It's not going to fucking happen. We're going to blow up that closet before you ever put me back in there. I tell you what. It's not happening. Not fucking happening. We just want to drink beer, relax, enjoy Pride, that's what I'm more afraid. Do you know that, Tim? I'm so afraid of this year's Pride. I'm not even going this year. Like, I was going to go to Boston, and I was even going to go to Rhode Island. I'm not even going because I'm so deathly afraid to go because people are insane. There's neo-Nazis going to drag shows.
Jesus Christ.
It's insane.
So, what do you think of people actually buying Budweiser so they can just shoot at it or throw it away?
It's counterproductive. And so it's like, okay, so that's the mentality. So you're gonna give them your money just so you can wreck it, so you can make a TikTok
It's
video.
like
Way to go!
I'm going to beat you by buying all your Bud Light and throwing it away. Okay, well that doesn't really defeat the company. You're giving them your money. I mean,
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Okay.
And this whole entire thing, like, I'm gonna tell y'all a story real quick. And I told Tim this when it happened. I went to Easter dinner with my family. I went to my mother's house, and my brother-in-laws, both of them, were there, and they were sitting at the table, and they were talking about, yeah, Bud Light, we're not going to drink it anymore. Yeah, all my friends don't do it. And my brother-in-law just goes, yeah, I'm not drinking it anymore. I'm going to drink Miller or something like that. And I'm kind of looking at him going, is this really in my family? Is this stupidness in my family?
Miller?
Miller or like Coors, some fucking, it's in a white can. But I remember, I remember going on my phone and looking up the brand, and oh look, they were in Pride last year, and they had rainbow cans. And
is it you're talking about Miller Light?
Miller or something like that. It's some beer he just pulled out of his ass. I know he's still drinking Bud, but I just kind of sat back there, and my sister, thank God she spoke up. She goes, you know what, this is not the conversation to have right now. She said, this is rude. And I kind of just sat back and I go, wow, this ignorance is in my father's house. This is my father's house. My father's house. They're just options. You get what I'm saying? Like, I was so pissed fucking off that kind, and I kind of looked at them, and I wanted to be like, please tell me how you think about your in-law. Please tell me how you think about your brother-in-law. Like, I just looked at them and I said, this is ridiculous. Mm-hmm. It was so disrespectful. Like, tell me how you really feel about me.
Miller Lite is owned by Budweiser.
See, fucking stupid. He's fucking stupid. He's fucking stupid. Like but this is the thing too. My brother-in-law fucking influences my parents so much that it's so fucking crazy. Like they're gung ho fucking Trump supporters and shit.
Oh, no.
It's crazy. Oh, and with the whole God bless those children that passed away in the last shooting. He even brought that shit up, and I'm kind of like, wow, like in front of me, like you couldn't wait for me to go home. You had to say that in front of me. And I'm at my father's house. My father's house.
Yeah.
You had the nerve. Motherfucker.
But what do you think, why do you think people get like
fragile masculinity?
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, why do you think people got like so fucking pissed off with this whole situation? Because like with me, I'm like, I look at it like when I looked at the commercial, obviously I hate preachy commercials. I fucking despise, anything with like an agenda, like something like, because I avoid movies that try to push an agenda, like that new Cleopatra like show. I'm just like, fuck that shit. Like, you're getting history completely wrong. But like that had like no agenda. That was just simply like, oh, I'm drinking this beer and I'm happy. Like, what was the like? Why did people get so fucking pissed?
Here's the thing.
What do you think?
A lot of people, a lot of heteros out there think that the gay community, and when I say gay community, I also include trans, think that the community is taking things away from them. Like, they're like, well, this used to be our thing. And I'm kind of like, well, I'm going to tell you, honey, before we got the courage to come out of the shadows, we were doing it too. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, like they want something theirs that is pure. And I'm kind of like, you have that. It's called church, motherfucker.
You know what the interesting thing was? I was watching, you thought it was boring when I sent it to you. It was Dr. Tad Grand.
Oh my God, he was so boring. Yeah.
You find him boring. I like listening to him because he does this like analysis of like, true crime cases or social media or things like that. And I watched him. Like, this is the video I watched. Here, I'll put it in the chat.
If you want to play it, we can play it. It's just I'm going to probably fall asleep.
You probably fall asleep. Have you seen Redfield? Not yet. I have not seen.
People hate doesn't go stroll her comment sections. Their YouTube. It's a people see, that's the thing. People can say comments on the computer behind their phones. They feel safe enough. The internet has made idiots feel safe behind the screen. But I promise you, you would never say it to my face.
Yeah, that's a lot of things on the internet. A lot of people say that. But I was watching this Dr. Todd Grande or Grande, I guess. And he had a very interesting thought process that, basically everyone just like is just angry at each other, and they simply are not listening, having a discussion. And really what it goes down to is just basically people don't want their rights to be superseded from someone else. And instead of having like a simple conversation about your rights not superseding over someone else's rights and having a conversation, we just yell over each other and just have like no one has a discussion.
I have
That's
a
the gist of
question
it.
for you. I have a
What's your
question for
question?
you. My question for everybody and you is, what rights am I taking away from you?
No, you're not taking away rights, but people perceive their rights being taken away because they think like, oh well, this person is wants to. For instance, I'll give you an example. Um, the whole sports debate, the whole sports debate with the
Yeah.
transgender in the sports, and
Yeah.
people say like, well, you're if a trans woman goes into a competing in a
Mhm.
women's league, it's an unfair advantage, which depends on when you actually start getting the hormone therapies and stuff like that. You can already have your muscles already defined, and that's the thing.
Mhm.
And they feel like the women feel like their rights are being taken away from because of a fair competition. Okay, that's the major debate. And instead of having a conversation on saying maybe having new ways of like maybe measuring like categories or things like that, people immediately just go into this whole debate and anger and just simply not have a simple conversation. You know what I mean? That's what I mean.
Well,
That's an example.
that's the thing. I'm not even worried about shit like that. I'm
Yeah.
worried about the fact that, I'm transitioning. It's a lifelong thing.
Yeah.
And when I went to the doctors in the first week of this month, I go to the doctors, I get my depot, I get my shots all refilled and stuff like that. I was 2 days late for my shot. Two
Oh
days
shit.
late. I was 2 days late, which is fine, like whatever. I mean, whatever for my depot. But in the state of Massachusetts, even Massachusetts, but even though it's a protective state for people like me, I still had to take a pregnancy test. My
Oh.
nurse came in. Bless her. She's a sweetheart. She came in and she's like, "This is awkward," and I was just like, "What?" And she's like, "You have to take a pregnancy test." And I looked at her and I went, "You really think I'm pregnant?" And she's like, "I'm sorry, I can't give you the shot, not unless you take a
And you felt
pregnancy."
like your rights.
And
are
I was
being
like, and I
altered.
said, "Well, no. I said to her, I said, you're doing your job. Don't worry about it." And she goes, "Tony, I'm really sorry." And I'm just like, "I got this. I got this." And I peed in the cup. I gave her the cup. And guess what? I'm not with child, obviously. But I felt like she was more upset about it than I was.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be a thing. Like, I'm worried about rights like that. I'm
Yeah,
worried
you
about
feel like your rights are being taken away,
yeah,
pretty much.
and that conversation shouldn't have been awkward at all. But she
Yeah.
felt so bad about it, and I'm like, this is why we have to normalize things. This is why we have to normalize being trans is just how it is, and if we normalize it a little bit more, maybe I didn't have to take a pregnancy test.
Yeah.
Maybe there things that fucking happen. Why can't we just normalize it? I'm not a monster.
Yeah.
I'm not a mean person. Like, I have my moments and I can be hateful, but normally that's triggered by ignorance like this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like basically like a lot of people, even on the left, I would say, and the right, often speak and they never actually met a person who's trans or actually like have a conversation sometimes. And I think like a lot of them would be very well suited, like best served if they actually had a conversation. They actually talk to people who are trans and get a general idea of their life instead of presuming things and stuff like that. I think that's why I think a lot of people like when people are angry at Bud Light, they just really just they look at media and they look at a character of what a trans person is, and they don't really understand that they're just normal people just going about with their day, and really that's pretty much it. They come home from work and they might drink Bud Light or they might drink Bud,
Well, I did a little history. There is somebody on YouTube who does like gay history and stuff. Like, he talks about in media, like the Golden Girls, old time movies, Victor Victoria and stuff like that. And throughout the years, even back then, more so Disney, like every Disney villain has queer representation. Look at Ursula. I don't know. Do you know Little Mermaid?
Yeah, I've seen the cartoon.
The cartoon,
years
yeah.
ago.
Ursula was designed to look like Divine. Does anybody know who Divine is? The greatest drag queen.
Are you serious?
Yes. Look at a picture of Divine and look at a picture, and it came up. And they wanted her Jafar from Aladdin. He was gay. That's why he made him flamboyant and stuff. Like, it's really, look up Divine and Ursula and tell me. I mean, even the creators were like, yeah. So it's queer coding. There has been queer coding throughout our media.
You're gonna be like, you're gonna get the conspiracy theorists.
No, it's not.
They've been training us for
no,
years.
But these are people. No, but this is true. Queer coding. It's basically they make the villain in the story flamboyant and gay.
Are you saying like they make like the villain like you think
gay.
They make the villain like gay just so that they can?
Yeah, they do.
Like,
they do.
Oh, jeez, that's kind of mean if you think about it.
It's called queer coding, and they do it all the time. It wasn't until the 80s when they started to have representation, like for writers and stuff like that, for them to come out as queer. Because on the cast of the Golden Girls, one of the writers was very gay, and the cast knew it. The cast knew it. They're like, oh, but if he was to come out during that time, they would have fired him, even though he wrote the best fucking scripts of that show. They still would have fired him because he was gay. Let me find the guy who does those videos, because you guys might like it.
Holy fuck, you're right. Ursula does look like fucking Divine.
Of course I'm fucking right. Don't question me about my gaydom.
Holy fuck! I feel like I've been brainwashed. What the fuck?
Gay villains Disney. This guy does so, and I watch him. Matt Byrne.
No, like show a picture of Divine, and then show a picture of Ursula.
Here we go. Hold on, Matt Byrne. He does. Hold on. Let me just put this link. Let me see if I can find. It's a thing. Let me get it set up. It's taking me a minute. I apologize.
Yeah. This is like a side tangent, by the way, guys. Like, it is what it is, but yeah.
Evil Queens, yeah. Oop. Okay, we're gonna go here. We're gonna go here. Now, let me find.
Wait! Don't play a Disney thing. Don't.
I'm looking for the screenshot of.
Yeah, just thank God. Don't.
That's why I paused it. So hold on, let me find it.
Y'all
watch the video. It's 100%. Maybe it's not that video.
Yeah. There's one villain. There's one villain we cannot defeat, and that's Disney.
Like right here. See, Phil, John Waters, Divine, the Trinity of Trash. If you look at that icon right there, that is. This is Divine. All right. Okay. This is Divine, and I know he brings. Maybe it's in the.
Isn't it amazing, though? I find what amazing is that they actually sneak so much shit into like media and advertisement and everything, like like outrage marketing and everything. It's just means to control you, and you don't even realize you're being controlled. Like when I originally, honestly, when Tony showed me that video with that TikToker that explained the marketing, I just simply thought in perspective, people just overreacting and didn't really think about the outrage marketing concept. But it doesn't matter how smart you think you are, you can easily get manipulated by or secret messages in media. It's kind of amazing.
They've been doing it for a fucking century. Are you kidding me? They always make the villain is some gay characteristic. They've always been doing that.
Wow.
Always. Even in Moana, the giant crab in Moana that is like, oh, shiny things, gay.
Now, was this was Divine before the Ursula or what?
Divine was before Ursula. Divine was in Pink Flamingo. She was in Maniac. She was also the original Hairspray. She played the mother, the role that John Travolta played in the remake. Divine's been around forever. Divine sadly passed in the late 80s. She was actually this you like Married with Children. I know you like Married with Children.
Yeah, I love that show.
Do you know originally Married with Children, Divine was supposed to play Peggy's gay uncle, but when Divine went to go for the reading that night, she died, and they didn't feel right recasting her, so they just wiped that character out completely. She was supposed to be living in that house, the recurring gay uncle, and interact. It was supposed to be the first gay, hello, before Roseanne and Ellen. You know what I mean? And but she was supposed to be in Married with Children. But
That would have been
sadly,
amazing,
she passed away.
actually. That would have been an amazing episode, actually.
Divine is fucking amazing.
You have a very important question in chat.
Where is it? Zero man. Did you just light up a cig with it? Yes, I did. Is that the question?
Yeah, they want to know if you're like smoking blunts or something like that. Probably.
Yes, I am. I live in Boston. It's recreational, and I do it for pain. I was in a car accident. I don't want to give the whole schmeal, but yeah.
Light them if you got them.
All right. But yeah,
but I mean, like, I think the key takeaway is that, like I'm just amazed. Like, I'm always amazed at just seeing like the manipulation that corporations do and the media does, and you just really and like everything just seems artificial when you really just go down to it. And people just, even like Joe Rogan gets tricked by. I saw that original Joe Rogan clip where he defended it. He was like, "Oh, it's just that they just paid a person with 10 million subs." To like 10 million TikTok followers to do it. And then he's like, oh my God, when he saw the new commercial, oh my God, Budweiser's is backtracking, and not realizing that takes a while. Unless they have like an emergency, like unless they have like a little glass case where they hit like emergency.
Yeah. Nobody was talking about Bud Light until this happened. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. No one was talking about Bud Light. No one gave a fuck about Bud Light until now. Now everyone's talking about Bud Light. It's like the greatest marketing ploy I've ever seen.
Don't
now
even
you
get
got like $50 million.
Yeah,
you got like $50 million worth of advertisement. Everyone's either jumping. The left is jumping to buy Bud Light because they want to support the brand, and the right's buying up Bud Light to shoot at it. Who's the winner? Bud Light. They get to sell more Bud Light.
But also, I really want to remind people, this is the time of the year, this month, well, the end of this month, especially next month in June, it's going to be very rainbows out. It's going to be because it's Pride. It's, it's a big fucking thing. It's the 1 month out of the year where I can just be like, I even put out my flags today. Yeah, nice. Like I got, I even bought new flags, put them out. Like, I'm excited. This, it's a time to represent me, right? Represent my people. Y'all don't know how hard it is to try to manage your family, the politics, and everything in between. But this 1 month, I can sit back and go, this is for me. This is for me. I can reflect.
Hi Montana, and hi Montana Jade. How you doing? And hi Boston. If I didn't say hi.
Hey, welcome everybody.
Boston,
but yeah.
Boston.
But what was I gonna say? So it was something about the Bud Light. Oh, I forgot. But
you bought Bud Light. By the way, you bought Bud Light to drink it, just to own them. And you got manipulated. You got manipulated by the marketing team too.
Well, that's fine. I'm showing my support.
You don't even like it.
I don't even. No, I don't. I don't. It's in my fridge right now, and I'm not even gonna drink it. But I went out and I spent $4, got myself a 40, and took a picture. Because I'm support. Because you know what? I'm tired of not.
Hi Johnson. How you doing, Johnson?
Hey Johnson. But yeah, queer coding has been around for a very long time. They make villains, even in movies, TV shows. There's even Sandman. Sandman has a villain, and guess what it is? A non-binary man.
Oh, you mean Sandman the comic book?
Sandman. No, I'm talking about the show. The show.
The show on Netflix you're talking about.
Yeah.
No, Sandman, that was an 80s comic from Yeah,
I'm talking about the show has a non-binary person. Yeah, Desire, which is everything. But people lost their fucking shit over it too.
Well, I mean, Desire was actually but that's the original concept of Desire in the comic.
Oh, but people are losing their minds about this. It's not just Bud Light they're going after. It's just Bud Light, what you're seeing right now. People are also going after Legos. Oh, the Lego companies. People are also going after Build-A-Bear because Build-A-Bear just came out with a new RuPaul bear. It's
RuPaul
literally a
bear.
brown hair. It's literally a brown bear in a gold dress with blonde hair, and I thought that was kind of cute.
Build-A-Bear. I want to see
Yeah,
this Build-A-Bear.
it's a
Oh my
RuPaul build.
god!
Isn't that precious? I'm gonna get one just
See,
for like a collectible.
See, this is the amazing thing about marketing. You can manipulate people to buy shit
But
just
here's
by getting certain people outraged. It's just amazing.
I'm gonna say this, and my mother asked me
Oh,
the
by
same.
the way, Amanda Bear, hello. Thank you for the tomatoes.
Hello. I bought a box of cereal about a couple prides ago, and it's that purple box that says together and it has the gay pride and stuff. I bought it and I said I'm never gonna eat it, and I never did. It's on my shelf now. But when I got it, I remember showing my mother, I jumped in the car and I was like, Ma, look. And she's like, why did you get that? And I was like, I'm not going to eat it. I'm just going to put it on my shelf. She's like, why? She's like, I was like, because I would never think in my life, I would see so much representation out there. I know it could be marketing for y'all, but for me,
yeah,
it's representation. Do you get what I'm saying?
But,
Like, we see straight
just
shit all the time.
Yeah,
But it's really,
you want something for yourself, like everyone
exactly,
else wants
and everybody should have something for themselves, even if it's only part time.
Yeah, Sticky says that's based off the graphic novel by Neil Gaiman, and I haven't finished. Strangely enough, Sticky, I haven't finished the Sandman comics. I've read like halfway through. The comic I did finish was the Lucifer series, and it has the Sandman in it because I found like Lucifer, the comic book, was like amazing, especially the ending. A lot of people haven't read it. They watched the TV show, the Fox TV show, which fucking sucks. I thought it was a garbage TV show. They made it into a cop.
Good, though.
It was like a cop love story, and I was like, no.
Oh, that one.
No.
Okay. I was about to say they did Sandman good though.
Oh, Sandman was great, but I'm just saying, like the Lucifer Fox one, I was like, and I was so happy when they changed the devil in the Sandman to like that woman.
What's her name? That girl. She is fire. Everything she touches is
I
gold.
was so glad. I was like, thank you, whoever's up there. Thank you for not continuing that goddamn Fox Lucifer character in that universe. I want the actual comic book Lucifer, who actually like outsmarts all the angels, wins a war single-handedly, like just fucking
such grace. That woman. She was also in Wednesday too, and Game of Thrones. She plays Brianna Tarth. She does amazing. I really enjoyed Sandman.
I know we're side tangent. This is why it's called 0 to 10 minutes. But yeah, Johnson, I know people do not like my unpopular opinion. I know a lot of women liked the Fox Lucifer because
they like the love story. They like
they like him.
Literally, Lucifer, the show. I watched a couple episodes, and I was just like, this is just foreplay for women. It's kind of like reading 50 Shades of Grey. It's like a love story. And I get it.
A British guy with who's hot and who's fucking who's always intending on it's just like women just love. I remember I used to go into my work and they always talked about that show, and I was just sat there. I was like, oh, and I read the comics and I was like thinking to myself, they completely fucked up the comic. And I was like, as a person who loved the comic, to see they completely changed into a cop drama, like a romance comedy cop show, I was like, what the hell? What the fuck? But anyway,
speaking of changing shows and the agenda as well, I mean, look at how everybody had an uproar about the female Pinhead and the new Hellraiser.
By the way, great show, great movie.
It was really well. I every time I watch a Hellraiser movie, I'm always like, I want to see more of the Cenobites than I want of the actual story. Like, I want to see more of them.
Yeah.
And I think she did fucking justice. I think she did beautifully.
Yeah.
Very elegant.
What do you think? Does anyone have questions about the Budweiser? I know we were fucking talking.
We're going everywhere. We're going everywhere.
I would say the summary is that the winners of this controversy is
Bud
Light, absolute winners. The haters are buying Bud Light so they can shoot at it. So if you drink it or shoot at it, you're still buying it. And the left is buying it to support Bud Light, thinking that they're running to the rescue of the company, thinking that the company's going to go bankrupt. It's not. It did not lose 50% of its sales. That's make-believe magical land. The stock did go down, but the stock goes up and down normally in any stock market. I've never seen a stock never go up and down.
And nobody got fired over the ad.
No one got fired over the ad. Actually, it's probably the opposite. That person probably got a raise. That person probably got a raise. They probably bought a mansion at this point.
Using the clutch.
That person probably got a raise because they got $40 million or $50 million worth of free advertisement. You got Fox talking about it. You got MSNBC talking about it. You got international articles talking about it. And then, like, literally, even if you don't drink Bud Light, guess what? There's about 100 other beers that they own, and you're probably drinking it, and you don't even know it's owned by Ed Harsh. It's owned by the company. So
it's gotten silly.
Yeah, Bud Light's the winner. The news outlets are the winners too because they get to make their little videos and make money from the commercials. The third winner, I guess, is the YouTube people that say be outraged about, oh look, woke and you go broke, Budweiser or whatnot. They're the winners too because they made some ad money. They're winners. Who's the losers? Who do you think are the losers of this?
The people who are blowing up those beer cans and stuff. They not only spent their money to do something stupid.
They didn't even drink it.
They didn't. Yeah, there was people who literally went into a store to buy it, to wreck it, and I'm kind of like, you're the loser at the end because now you posted the stupid video of you buying the beer and wrecking the beer, and now I'm going to sit here and make fun of you. You do not win anything, sir. You lose.
Well, if he made it, wait. I would preference that. Maybe if he made a YouTube channel and he monetized it, and he got a lot of views from it, then he won.
Fucking Kid Rock comes out of the First off, Kid Rock looks like he's struggling through transition for the last 40 years. His name is Kid Rock to begin with. The guy's 60 years old and you still want to call him Kid.
Let's be real. The man did it. Let's be real. Kid Rock knew exactly what he was doing. Kid Rock was like, man, I can make some good fucking advertisement for my, no one knows who the fuck I am at this point. No one cares. Let me shoot some beer cans. It was probably a genius market. Someone probably came up to him and told him to do that.
His music still sucks.
I guarantee you. I mean, let's be real. Whoever was talking about Kid Rock before this?
Nobody was fucking. He came out of the woodwork thinking that he was going to be patriotic and shit like that, and it backfired. How can somebody be patriotic but not like their own? How could you not? I'm an American. I'm first generation American.
Tony says Bud Light sales plunged 17%. I mean, okay, Bud Light keyword Bud Light. But why don't you show them why don't you show them?
You want me to show the list again?
Show them the list again.
Okay, I'm gonna post it in here. Post it here. That's the Wikipedia of it. Let me put it onto the screen. Sorry, Divine.
Sorry, Divine.
But now you guys know about Queer Code. Please go to that guy's channel. He does good. Yeah, I dropped it in. But this is what they own. We're not going to read it all off, but they own Corona,
Budweiser. I don't have a half hour. Have a half hour.
Here's the European brands. All right, there's the European brand. Here's the Asian Pacific brands. Here's the Americas. Mind you, this is also Brazil, because some people like to forget about Brazil, Mexico, and Canada. They're Americas too. Let's go down.
We're looking at all the
Africa.
These are all the beer, Anheuser-Busch. This is all the beer companies they own. They own 30% of the global market of beer.
Yeah. So I haven't even heard of Natty Daddy. Some of these I haven't even heard of. I'm not a drinker anyways. That was never my vice or my go-to. It's not like I chill with a beer. But they own a lot. So basically what they lost in profit, they're over $700 billion company.
And also, apparently, those people who are banning Bud Light from buying into their restaurants and stores, they're still selling Budweiser and also other.
Yeah, so they're not
brands. they're
Yeah.
not really like banning, like they might not be buying Bud Light, but they're buying from the same company. So
They're
it's
not
like,
going to go out of business anytime soon.
yeah, it's just that's how it is.
It's literally they lost like what, $5 billion in profits. But the
No,
thing
they
is,
didn't lose $5 billion. The company just dropped in valuation, market cap.
Oh,
But
okay.
companies drop in market cap all the time. It just like it can go up and it can go down. It depends on like a lot of times you have to realize like first off, I would love this if I was like a long time supporter of Bud Light, like Bud of Anheuser-Busch, and I was like a huge. Does Anheuser-Busch does it pay a dividend? By the way, I just want to see something quick.
See, they even own this White Bread Group Public, which is a multinational British hotel and restaurant company headquarters, like Saint Pauli girl, beers brewed bottle, Saint Pauli Brewery, Germany. Like they're gonna be fine.
Oh, it does pay a dividend. Oh, okay. Wow, that's actually not a great dividend. It pays a 1.26 dividend, so quarterly about 21 cents a share, like per trimester, like per I guess quarter. So I would say like the price is down to 65. What was the all-time high? What was the last 6 months?
It had 200 brands prior to merge. It merged with Sam Miller in October 2016, combined with another thing. I'm not something Miller. Approximately
Yeah,
400
I mean the
beer
price.
brands.
Number one, the price was in October 2022 was at $47 at 65.66.
Mm.
Like the price dropped a little bit and it's slowly recovering. So like if I was like in the stock market, I would have probably bought a bunch of it while everyone was mad at the company and just sat and maybe like 6 months from now sell it and make a lot of money. Do you think Dylan was the wrong transgender to put on Bud Light? I feel like there are many more that should be. No, I mean, like the thing is that you pick someone. Like, there's two things that could have happened. One, they could have accidentally picked. They could have just been like, "Wow, this person has 10 million followers and is very popular, and we want to advertise our brand to the younger generation, who are more and more like down with like trans people and gay, or not like set to their certain ways." Or this was purposely set up to basically outrage a bunch of people to make videos about how a company's woke and boost their sales and get free marketing. Either or, the company wins.
It's so stupid. I hate the whole woke thing. Just because I'm not transphobic, homophobic, racist, or anything like that, I'm labeled fucking woke. I don't fucking get it. Don't be mean. Don't be mean. Don't be mean to people and respect people's boundaries, and let people live their lives as fucking woke. Then I'm gonna fucking stay awake. That's what I'm gonna fucking do. It's so stupid.
Well, are you broke?
What do you mean am I broke?
Are you woke and broke?
I'm a little broke, yeah, but but it's so stupid. I don't think it was the fact that they picked her. I think it's the fact that they picked anybody who was transitioning.
Yeah, I mean, like the person, like legitimately, the person had 10 million followers on Twitter. This is normal. People always go to big YouTubers, big things, and big influencers like this, and they say, "Hey, here's some money. Advertise our brand on. This is the script to read, and hold this beer, and we'll give you a personal beer, and you just advertise it." It's just normal. It's normal marketing. It's nothing. Like I can understand if it was pushing an agenda, like some sort of political agenda. But realistically, I when I watched the commercial, I was like, yeah, it's just basically a celebration commercial, but who cared?
Yeah, it wasn't. That's the thing. But people are not. It doesn't matter to. I'm gonna just say conservatives. It doesn't matter conservatives. They just saw a trans person drink beer and they're pissed because the commercial wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
By the way,
go ahead.
The commercial wasn't bad either. But Sticky says, actually, I didn't know who Dylan was before this. Is Dylan a winner too? Because everyone knows who Dylan is now.
Oh, Dylan wins. She wins. She wins everything.
So Dylan's a winner. So basically, the only people who lost are the people that basically bought Bud Light to shoot at it and didn't even make a video about it to monetize it. Those who didn't monetize this rage and outrage you're the losers in this. Unfortunately, you've lost. Cross out. And everyone will forget it. And you all will forget about this in 6 months and buy Bud Light if you like it or not. You're just going to buy their other brands because they own 30% of the market cap in the world, like 30% of the beers.
I don't know what you're all going to do to survive, but a lot of companies go gay around this time. Skittles, Oreos, cereal companies, beer. Like, what are y'all going to do? You guys just going to starve? Like, I don't fucking get it. Even Burger King, McDonald's, like, everybody celebrates Pride. What are you going to do in the month of June? Y'all better stock up now or something. Like, eat white rice. Because it makes no fucking... It doesn't make no... Like, what? Are you guys shocked that... Well, of course you do. But I'm just when I watched this and I'm watching through all of it in TikTok, I was so surprised. Like, are they more upset that they just found out that we too partake in the drinking? Like, I don't understand. I will never understand this type of hate, and the more and more it just landed perfectly with what's going on. It's not just about the beer, y'all. It's about the laws being passed. It's about the hate going up. It's about these neo-Nazis going to drag shows. Do you know if you dress in drag in Tennessee, you get a warning, but if you do it again, it's a fucking felony? Did you guys know that? Tennessee, all right? You cannot dress in drag at fucking all. I don't fucking get it. I don't get it at all. It's so weird. Do you know who dresses in drag? Let me tell you. Kiss dresses in drag. Do you know what drag is? Dressing up and performing. That's what it is. Kiss used to do it all the time. Is there any Kiss fans in here? I'm not a Kiss fan, but I know they used to get glammed up with all the sparkles and shit, tongues out.
No, you're gonna get us in trouble.
And you know you know that stupid show that kids used to love, Hannah Montana?
Mm-hmm.
She would perform during the day she was a normal schoolgirl, but she would get dressed up at night and she'll perform and be Miley Cyrus or some shit. Like, that's drag too. That's literally drag.
What?
I don't
Can you repeat that for a moment? I wasn't listening.
I have never watched Hannah Montana, but I know the premise of it is that Miley Cyrus wanted to live like a normal life. She didn't want people to know she was Hannah Montana. So during the day she would be Hannah Montana, and at night she would be like Miley Cyrus singing and performing and stuff, and she would get dressed up in different outfits and shit. That's drag, motherfucker.
No, I disagree with that. That's just simply I disagree.
That's drag. If you dress up to hide your fucking identity and to perform, tell me that's not drag.
That's kind of a stretch, man. Like, that's like saying Superman is in drag because he turns into Superman and then turns into Clark Kent.
That's drag, motherfucker.
That's not drag.
If you were pretending to be yourself and but that's the thing. Superman doesn't perform. Superman's not doing concerts. He's saving lives. There's a difference. I'm saying for people who perform.
See, Boston comes at you, says that Halloween would be drag. No,
it could be. I mean, I see a lot of men dress up as women for Halloween, so don't even go there. We all been to Salem, Nick. I've seen a lot of men dress up. Oh God, good Lord.
Bud Light has always sucked. I agree with what Kid Rock did. Sorry, but I'm honest. Well, I mean, did you watch the earlier stream? You should watch a little bit, True Texan. But basically, Kid Rock is definitely a winner in this. This outrage marketing. It's definitely a winner. Definitely. Because no one was talking about Kid Rock beforehand. At the end of the day, if I was to put an opinion, I know Tony has his opinion. My opinion is I think this was all planned. I think they had the whole Budweiser commercial, the backpedaling commercial created already. I think they purposely picked this person because they knew they might be a little controversial maybe, or maybe it would get people a little bit mad. And they had this whole setup, and they're going to just basically do exactly like that lady said in their thing, making Bud Light into a more like a younger brand. So so the younger people will buy it and the older people will buy Budweiser, not realizing that, or buy the other Corona or the other brands that they own, like the other 150 brands of beer that they own, not realizing they're supporting the one company. And the winners are and everyone who took advantage of it is fantastically, is going to make a lot of money of it, and that's pretty much it. That's what I think. And I think there's some people that actually like believe in this whole thing, and that's like the common folk who watch the news and think like, oh my God, the culture wars and companies only do things. And this is what Tony explained a little bit earlier, like 1 month of the year, like 1 month, everyone puts a rainbow on and pretends they give a fuck about, like trans and gay people and stuff like that. And it's just basically corporations they know their customers, they know what they like, they know what they dislike, and they manipulate us all like a fiddle. They know exactly what makes us tick. They buy all your information from Facebook and stuff like that. And I think this is just simply, that's what's happening. That's what I think is happening. And I think it's, unfortunate. There's a lot of people that believe it. They believe in this whole situation where the corporations are just, becoming woke because of some sort of pressure from the left. And it's really just profitability. It's how they make their money. That's how they get their free advertising.
You think they're taking advantage of real issues that are happening within the community and profiting off of them?
Yes.
Okay, I think that as well, but I also think, I definitely think this stems from bigger issues when it goes to bathrooms, when it goes to all the bills that are being passed and stuff. I don't fucking get it. I don't understand why people can't just mind their own business. Nobody's harming anybody. Nobody is fucking harming fucking anybody at fucking all. We're doing our fucking thing. That's all. We're trying to live. I can't wait until y'all find out we use toilet paper. What are you guys going to do then?
Well, you better not have an advertisement who uses it. They're going to boycott that.
Exactly. Like I don't fucking get it.
So we're going to go into the toilet paper conspiracy. Who owns the majority of the toilet paper in the world? We got to look into that. Who owns the majority of the...
he really looking it up. He's really looking it up.
Let's look this up. No, like a lot of times it's like, oh my God.
It's just with that. No,
Procter and Gamble, Kimberly-Clark, Georgia Pacific.
Nick.
Oh my God.
Nick, I bet you look fucking stunning that night too.
I don't know. I'm a fiddle.
To
yeah.
Impersonate a person or kind of person. Yeah.
I guess the crux, like the whole, if you can summarize this weird stream we had, like where we jump from subject to subject, is like kind of realize that the media and everything's kind of like taking it, like kind of manipulating you, kind of realize, the marketing, nothing is just accidental. It's all marketing. It's all about money. Chris Rock, did that for marketing. He knew exactly what he was doing. He knew shooting that beer can would get him a lot of views, advertising his name pushed in there. And he's still selling Budweiser. He's still selling the beer in his place.
He
showed
an idiot.
Yeah,
he
doesn't know.
Idiot.
The other guy who says he got kicked stop Bud Light being sold, he's selling it. He's selling the beers that the company's producing in his restaurants too. Because guess what? You can't ban 30% of all the beers in the world, like brand beers in the world, unless you want to import from like North Korea. Good luck, because they own 30%. They have a what would called a monopoly on beer in the world almost.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I never fucking thought I would have to fight for my rights this hard in America. Never in my life I would have to think I had to fight to fucking exist. Do y'all know? I'm going to drop a little facts on you. Do y'all know in Africa, in Uganda, there are laws against homosexuals? You can get a warning, or the second time around, you could be put to death. Do you get what I'm saying? Why do I have to fight for my fucking right?
Pecan. Yeah, that's true. That's true. By the way, Pecan says microbreweries are probably winning. Go find some local beer people. That's a good message.
True
Don't
Texas
drink.
Says he's not selling. No, he's selling Budweiser though, which is connected to Bud Light.
Bro, he's selling Budweiser. He's selling Budweiser.
He's selling it. He doesn't want Bud Light at his shows or his restaurants, but he's still selling Budweiser.
Look, show him the list, please, of all the beers.
It's there. It's
just scroll for
Budweiser Black Crowd and Budweiser.
Just scroll slowly, just let them see all the beers that the company owns.
But how fragile is someone's masculinity to get offended because somebody else drinks a beer and you don't like that person just because they're transitioning? Like, are you okay? Do you need a hug? Like, I can give you a hug if you want, if that makes everything better.
I don't know if I agree with that. I think it's basically like you got people that don't like marketing that feels like they're being like they don't feel like they want to be brainwashed. Like, people have like this rejection. Like when you it's like an immune system when you get like a foreign disease, the immune system overworks itself and it causes you to like get into hives and stuff like that. And I think that's the same way when people think that they're being manipulated, like they're aware of the manipulation and you think they are aware of it and they get like immediately like tense and they get angry and stuff like that. And I personally don't think that was manipulation when it comes to, it's the wrong type of manipulation. They're not realizing that the whole thing was to be an outrage campaign and it wasn't to push an agenda of like trans. I don't think it was to push the whole agenda of trans. I think it was just purposely meant to be an outrage campaign. So that's what I think. I think that's why. And people don't want to be like, and there's certain people who don't like trans, who are, but, wise.
That's fine. You don't have to fucking like me. You can bounce the fuck out of here. I don't give a shit. Your opinion on me is none of my fucking business. But what I do in my fucking life with my fucking body is none of your fucking business. And if you can't fucking respect that, then get the fuck along. Go.
I think we'll leave it at that. But anyway. I hope this stream, I hope no one's not immediately like at least listens to the stream. I get this is kind of gets to a no, she's just explaining that it has nothing to do with that Tony Bud Light has always sucked. I agree. I don't drink, but I think most people can agree Bud Light does suck. We can all agree with that. But yeah, I mean, I think like the end of the day, I just hope that people watch the stream. And if you have like an opinion, if you have like a comment, like a constructive comment, don't be like,
you hateful, you out, period.
Yeah, just a constructive comment, maybe an argument you want a discussion, we can put in the comments. But I hope this has been an enlightening stream. I hope people like kind of like are aware of the manipulation marketing does to people and realize that basically there is we don't have a choice.
Me and Nick about to throw hands. I like Corona with a little bit of grenadine and a lime.
Miller's owned by Budweiser.
Yeah.
So,
we went through. You can go through. We posted the list several times, but yeah, no.
So, yeah, so pretty much, I think Miller is owned by Budweiser. So yeah,
Nick is like, wait. I'm not a drinker anyways. Like if there's like a wedding or something, like I'll probably like have a beer.
Why don't you want us to leave, Nick? What's the problem, Nick?
Don't leave.
Corona's owned by Budweiser too.
Yeah, you can see it's on the thingy.
Yeah, it's owned by Budweiser. There's like 200 or 300, like 200.
There's 400. It says
there's 400 beer companies owned by them. Well, in Mexico they're cheaper. Sure, I can agree with that.
Yeah. In Mexico was $2 cheaper.
I don't know.
Remember when everybody got upset and they weren't drinking the Coronas because of the coronavirus? And there was stupid people who thought, it will pass. It will pass.
Yeah. But just realize choice is an illusion. We're all being manipulated by the corporations, and try not to be easily manipulated on either side. And we'll see you next time, maybe on Thursday.
Am I allowed to play that video?
Which video?
The video I wanted to play at the end.
Which is the video you wanted to play? You sent me like 20 videos, man.
The video, hold on.
Show me the video, just in case. I don't want to be like, oh, fuck.
I posted it on my Facebook as well, but I would like to play it now because...
okay, awesome.
I'm trying to find it.
All right. You got to get me in trouble, Tony. You got to get me in trouble. Which one?
It's not a bad video. It's not a bad video.
The stock could go up and the stock goes down. If you watch the earlier stream, we played a video that explains that it's not unnormal it's not unnormal. It's a normal thing. It goes up and down in that fluctuation. As long as it's not reefer madness. Yeah, I learned my lesson playing reefer madness. Apparently, YouTube does not like reefer madness. My uncle, who died from liver failure, used to drink a case of Budweiser a day, and he got sober and was clean for 10 years when he passed. Oh, I'm sorry about the whole,
sorry
about that, but I'm glad he was clean. Yeah, sorry about that, man.
Oh, I'm gonna send it to you on my phone.
You got me scared. Let's see what it is. Oh my God. Hopefully.
It's not fucking bad. Stop being dramatic.
Listen. We don't know. We don't know, Tony. Did you send it?
I'm sending it to you now. Calm down. Send it to you. Takes a minute. I had to find it.
All right. Let's see. I'm gonna watch it.
Just that's awesome. I know a ton of people who are making fantasy. Oh, I just read it. Sticky was a member. So, Pete used to drink a case of Bud a day. Yeah, people like to drink. I mean, I'm not gonna, judge them. Some people like to drink, and there's some people who, abuse that right to drink too. Yeah, we're still live. I'm making sure Tim has to fucking approve a video before I can play it.
No, it's good. You can play it. I just wanted to see it. Like, I was just like, oh my God, I gotta see just in case.
No. It's just a message, and we're just gonna end it up there. And
yeah, I try to avoid too much politics. That's the thing. I'm like, oh, okay.
Well,
I don't
this isn't politics. This isn't.
Yeah,
politics.
that's why I was watching.
This is saving.
This is. I was like, okay, let's make sure it's not too much politics.
Okay, here we go. And
I'll be right back.
All right, and full screen, and we're gonna press play. Now, there we go.
My name is Kai Shapley. I'm 12 years old, and I shouldn't be here right now. I should be playing with my friends back home in Texas, where I was born and raised. But my home is gone now. Mom sold everything that didn't fit in the car and drove to Connecticut because Texas isn't safe for kids like me.
In 2023 alone, more than 435 anti-trans bills have been introduced across 44 states.
These proposed laws attack trans people's access to essential, life-giving health care.
The right to use the correct bathroom,
to play youth sports,
to enjoy full and vibrant lives, free from discrimination, from dystopian surveillance,
from the vicious attempts by conservative lawmakers
to twist our humanity into a tool for re-election.
Make no mistake, beautiful trans family.
Your identity is not just valid.
It is irreproachable.
No one can erase who you are.
No matter how hard they try.
You are a gift to this world.
You are the future
of a people whose existence has exemplified liberation for generations.
And so, terrifying as these times might be,
oh honey, we shall overcome.
Because they have thrown everything they can at us.
And we're still here.
Our community is strongest when we stand together.
That means not just speaking up when the right to marriage
or to adopt
or workplace equality is on the line.
It means coming together to defend our most vulnerable
and our most valuable members.
Our youth.
I know there's a lot of misunderstanding out there about you.
We're here to say that enough is enough.
Now is the time
to raise our voices and say
to my trans, non-binary, and gender non-conforming community,
the hate ends here.
You are extraordinary.
You're inspiring.
You are exactly who you're meant to be.
Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
I know that they act like we're the end of the world, but our capacity for transformation
is a model for how to save it.
Together, we're gonna beat those bills.
We'll reach those misguided hearts and minds.
And open each other to a love
That does not fear change.
We will fight and we will win.
I'll be with you every step of the way.
Because you
Because you are the future. Yes.
And that's the end of the show. That's it. Thank you all for joining. Tim, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Listen.
Okay. Yeah, it was a well put together video because there is a lot going on. So it's not just about the beer.
Yeah.
I'm glad that people made money off of it. Good for you. But yeah.
So it's like, good for you, you fucking pricks.
Right.
But please don't make money from my suffering and my struggle, please. Thank you very much. Can you stop
Thank you
using
for
me as an-
using my pain for your profit. It's really amazing to see that. But yeah, I mean, if people just let people fucking live their lives, they're not hurting anybody. I don't see what the problem is.
Yeah. Well, can't sell marketing without Tony. You can't sell it with a positive message. You have to have a villain, just like the other things. You got to have a villain, obviously.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's get that all out of here. You guys have a good one.
Yeah. Thank you all for joining us.
Be aware of the manipulation of the markets, and hopefully you learned something today. Hopefully, hope if people get, we talk about a little bit controversial subjects sometimes, but I hope people learn something, gain a perspective from other people, and try to, try to learn and not be manipulated so easily by these larger groups of people, and just try to see people as people and, not fight, have a conversation. Anyway, you guys have a good one.
Yeah, y'all have a good one. Thank you again for joining us. And y'all, please keep safe out there.
All right. Bye.